So, with the 2024 Players' Championship Final starting today, I thought I would give my predictions for every single one of the 32 games in the Players' Championship Finals, Day 1, Round 1. So, let's get straight onto it. Of course, this Players' Championship Finals is based on the 30 Pro Tour events throughout the year, calculating an order of merit and obviously putting them players into the draw bracket from that order of merit. So, let's get straight onto it. First to 6 in round 1. Let's go on with the predictions. First game then, Chris Dobey takes on Nathan Aspinall. I think this one is going to be a difficult one to predict, but I think Dobey wins this one. I'm going to go 6-4. William O'Connor, Neil Zonneveld. Again, I think it's a tight game between two very decent players, but I think William O'Connor wins 6-3. Mike Decker beats Richard Veenstra, in my opinion, 6-4. Mike Decker is in a really good place right now. Played in exceptional at the Grand Slam, only for, an insane Luke Littler surge. I think he wins. Michael Van Gerwen against Ian White. I don't see any way Ian White wins this, to be brutally honest. Van Gerwen, yes, he may not be in the best of form, but Ian White on the stage, it's very, very unlikely. I'm going to go 6-2. Luke Littler, Rob Cross is interesting. Luke Littler could overtake Rob Cross this weekend to world number 4 should Rob Cross lose to Littler and Littler win one more game, because Rob Cross is defending 50 grand from this tournament. Luke Littler defending nothing, of course, because he wasn't here 2 years ago. So that is a massive game. I'm going to go Luke to win as well. I'm going to go Luke Littler to win 6-4. Richie Edhouse, Luke Woodhouse, have fun calling that. I'm going to go 6-4 Richie Edhouse. Danny Noppert, James Horrell. Again, I feel bad predicting, James Horrell to get beat 6-1, 6-0, but I just don't see anything else other than a Danny Noppert one-way show. I'm going to go 6-2. And James Wade, Stephen Burton, I'm going to go 6-2 to James Wade. That is Section 1. Section 2 then starts off with Ryan Searle, Jeffrey de Graaf. Again, Ryan Searle loves this tournament. He's obviously a local, lives in Taunton, I think it is. So, yeah, I'm going to go, or Somerset, so I'm going to go 6-2 to Ryan Searle. Gerwyn Price against Thibaut Tricol. Obviously, we've not seen a lot of Gerwyn Price recently on the main stages, but surely he can turn it on for this game against Thibaut Tricol. I'm going to go 6-3. Vessel Nyman against Kim Huybrechts. I mean, Vessel Nyman must be the most unluckiest player in darts. 300 plus averages in the Grand Slam, lost every single game. Against Kim Huybrechts, who again we've not seen much of, I'm going to go 6-4 to Vessel Nyman. Jan van Veen takes on Scott Williams. Very, very interesting tie. Obviously, Scott Williams did get to the World Championship semi-final, which people seem to have forgotten. And Jan van Veen, is playing very good right now for 22 years of age. I'm going to go 6-4 to Jan van Veen. Dave Chisnell, Joe Cullen, both players in really bad form and both players probably nursing injuries. I'm going to go with the rock star Joe Cullen, 6-5. Andrew Gilding, Kevin Doets. Again, I fancy Andrew Gilding in this one. Doets has got the game to win, a game like this, but I think that Andrew Gilding wins 6-4. Ross Smith, Dimitri Vandenberg is a very good game. I'm going to go 6-5 to Ross Smith. I do like the way that Ross is playing at the moment, and his 1A scoring is ridiculous, especially in this format. And then the last game of this section, Wesley Placier against Mensur Suljovic. Wesley Placier doesn't even have a tour card, and he's playing some exceptional stuff on the Pro Tour. I'm going to go 6-4 Wesley Placier. That is the first half of the draw then, the first 2 quarters. Let's move on to the second half. Stephen Bunting against Mario van der Bogaard. Again, 6-2, 6-1 for Stephen Bunting for me. Martin Lukeman, Connor Scott. Martin Lukeman, obviously the Grand Slam runner-up. Connor Scott played very good at the Grand Slam, and obviously he doesn't have a tour card himself. I'm going to go 6-4 Martin Lukeman. Daryl Gurney, Peter Wright. Where is Peter Wright's head at right now? He needs to pick up a bit of form ahead of the World Championship, but I just don't see it at all. I'm going to go 6-4 Daryl Gurney. Michael Smith, Dom Taylor. Michael Smith needs a run here, needs a run at the Worlds. Otherwise, he could be dropping out of the top 16. So I'm going to go 6-4 Michael Smith. I think he does get the job done. Josh Rock, Ricky Evans. I would so love Ricky Evans to go on a run here. I would absolutely love it. But I think that Josh Rock gets him in round 1. I'm going to go 6-4 Josh Rock. Alan Suter against Jermaine Watamina. Watamina's been playing some exceptional stuff in the last few weeks, beating some high quality players in the Europeans, in the Grand Slam. Takes on Alan Suter, who we've not seen much of, but has had a decent year this year, Alan Suter. I'm going to go 6-4 Watamina. The penultimate game of the section, Johnny Clayton against Florian Hempel. Again, we've not seen much of Florian Hempel, but Johnny Clayton has had a brilliant year on the floor. 10th seed for this. I'm going to go 6-4 Johnny Clayton. And then the last game, Dirk van Duijvenbode against Callan Rids. I'm going to go 6-4 to Callan Rids. I really like Rids, and I think he's got the ability to beat Dirk and probably go quite deep in this tournament. Last section then, fourth and final section of the draw. Starts off with the Australian number 1 and the 3rd seed, Damon Heta against Mervyn King. I don't see a way Mervyn King wins there. 6-3 for Damon Heta. Krzysztof Ratajski against Manos Razma. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to go Razma. I'm going to go Manos Razma to win 6-4. I like Ratajski, but I think the scoring of Razma when he can get it right is ridiculous. Riemer van Barneveld against Chris Landman. Again, I'm going to go Barney 6-3. Luke Humphries, the world number 1 and defending world champion, against Gabriel Clemens. Poor Grand Slam of darts for Luke Humphries. His head wasn't there. As we know, he had personal issues. I'm going to go 6-2. I think Humphries comes back with a bang. Gary Anderson, Ryan Meikle. Well, Gary Anderson is in elite form right now, isn't he? You know, probably one of the best players in the world, form-based. Against Ryan Meikle. I'm going to go 6-2 to Gary Anderson. Brendan Dolan, Martin Schindler. Again, another game where both players could easily beat each other and beat some of the world's best. I'm going to go for the wall. I'm going to go for a 6-4 win for Martin Schindler. The penultimate game of the draw is Cami Menzies against Jim Williams. You can't back against Cameron Menzies right now. You know, he's playing some really good stuff on the Pro Tour all year. Played some really good stuff at the Grand Slam as well. I'm going to go 6-4 to Cameron Menzies. I hate going against a Welsh player, but 6-4 to Menzies. And then the final game, Ryan Joyce against Karol Sedlacek. Ryan Joyce obviously knocked Michael van Gerwen out of the World Grand Slam. And I'm going to go for 6-4 win for Ryan Joyce. Let me know your predictions down below. Of course, 32 games at the Players' Championship Finals. Day 1 will be starting at 1:45 in the afternoon and then 7 o'clock in the evening. And I'll keep you updated with all the darts, latest news, scores, results and all stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.